All right, got a new game. Slay the Princess from the Mert. He didn't give me much information other than to say not to trust this princess and that it's a game I would like. So here we go. I know nothing about this other than the title screen. The Hero and the Princess. I do know it's a horror thing. It said, watch out for epileptic seizures.
In the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Mm-hmm.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Understood. Okay, it's me. You're here to slay her. So I know I'm supposed to go in there and slay her. And I've agreed to this, and I'm here for that. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. That's pretty good. See, I'd always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution. Okay. I think I would like to know why. Let's figure out.
Talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people.
You have to put an end to her. Understood. Wait. Oh, okay. This one makes you... I gotta do it.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Oh, I have a knife now. Nice.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries.
Who's there?
Your destiny.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Yikes.
Don't let it fool you.
Basement
It's all
princesses.
part of the manipulation.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Absolutely.
Rachel,
I'll let you look at this
you
blade.
gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
She's too okay with her
Focus
situation.
on the task at
I'm
hand.
getting a lot of red flags. I know the conundrum
You weren't
is she
kidding
bad
when you said you were here to
or
kill
is she
me.
good? I'm getting the red flag. She's bad.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold
This is
blood isn't
the
very
voice of a
becoming
naive
of us.
person.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
puppy dog eyes work
You
on me.
poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you
No, she's trying to
scared
rile
of
me
me?
up.
Because you should
Another
be.
red flag. Red flag too.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Understood.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
What you are capable of doing is exactly what
She's
I want
unarmed.
to find out.
If you hesitate now, it'll be too... Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
What's going on here? Oh, I am the evil person.
A
Maybe.
moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel
So she is
bone
more
grinding
powerful.
on bone. Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone. We can still turn this around. You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is
Right.
certain to finish the job.
The blade's been bloodied. And I'm
The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
Yep.
The two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
Red flag 3.
The
Strike
princess gasps,
3.
her voice
You're
an
out.
unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to...
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder. Do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
All right. Wait, is this
You're
all
on
like
a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cat. You're here to slay her.
Okay. Yeah.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her, and
Oh,
that she
boy.
didn't kill you.
Groundhog
People
Day, huh?
don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's better. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to... That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
Ooh, do I get more voices the more choices I
That's
make?
the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill. Oh, she will lie, she will cheat. Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight. Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get Crystal. Let's just get on.
Do I get a different weapon this time?
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a The blade is your implement. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting. You take the blade from the altar. It would be...
Do I try and sneak up on her this time?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and her fierce voice carries...
Is that another challenger? Fine.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Oh,
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
as much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember,
try
you're here to slay the princess, not to have a
Slide
good
play
fight.
this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. I'm going to have fun breaking you in. What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better, my...
Alright, fine. What? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. You've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. But that's all the more reason to take... You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond... Of course I'm not okay! As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. You're joking, right?
Yeah, you better be joking.
You look exact.
Free her? You aren't...
Who says I want to be I want the two of us to fight to the death. I want to feel your knife split my flesh. And I want... Is that really too...
Yeah, especially...
Don't be such a...
I'm just being cautious. If it comes to violence, we can find a way to deal with her that doesn't involve throwing our life away.
Because it doesn't matter if we die again. It'll just be another opportunity to have the fight of our life.
We don't know that for sure, and I'd rather not bet on it. Finally ready to complete your destined task. Here we go.
Oh, we'll make it count. Or...
As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest. She's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression, you can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed.
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead, so don't be afraid.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnate. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us.
She's getting stronger
Slow.
each time
Think it through.
I kill her.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't.
You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little...
This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and over...
She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think over...
You think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is...
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around her.
How disappointing.
She squeezes. pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your
Damn, dude.
scalp. Everything goes dark,
And you die.
and you die.
What the hell is going on, Mert? What is this game? The Eye of the Needle.
You're on a path in the... If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, fear is good. Fear keeps us alive.
Voice of the
We
hunted.
died because you did. So what? You'd have us cower? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole... Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation. Then what's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here. And it doesn't matter. We could go in circles for... It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other. Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip. There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for... Are we? I haven't signed off. Violence is the answer here, but the method is equally important to the act. It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I
also trust instinct. I do have a feeling it's the only way to win is not to play, but
Isn't no last advice for us? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need... The interior of the cabin. The blade is your implement. See? We have even less... Take it! We can try to survive without our steel claw. You step forward and approach the door to the basement. All we see is a This really is. It smells of nothing yet. You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to... Why am I not... It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters.
it's pretty interesting.
Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like her voice, bold and...
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was...
Goad her. Rile her up. If...
That's not how this works. I'm all...
Those chains were nothing to... There'll be nothing to her this time. We need to show ourselves first. Fine by me. You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey. Remember every crack and crevice. We'll need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess. Impose her face droops.
There you are. But this time you don't even have that little... Do you need me to break those fragile bones again to remind you...
She's bubbling, hot with rage. We can't get close if we want to live. I know I said this earlier, but we know the only way out is... And we're going to... We'll need the steel claw. Grabbing bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they run. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels.
Anywhere you go!
Good.
Like the
You
hunted.
reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence.
Steel claw, now. Without missing a step, you...
So you do want to fight me?
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there, and we'll take the fight. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives...
Do it! Be swift, strike true, be where she's not.
Oh, we'll see about that. Traps aren't real.
She charges, fully left now. As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance strike.
Do it.
Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh.
It's nothing. A scrap.
Yes, it could be worse. We're actually gonna pull this off, aren't you? Just might. But don't let it get to your head.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all,
Shit, dude.
beating and bleeding each other to
Crap, dude.
death.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you leading the other. She's stronger, but you're faster. And the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines
Oh, yes.
over her.
Oh, keep going. We can't stop now.
You spy an open.
Got it.
She's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough.
Nothing. These blows are nothing to us.
But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't
Aha.
enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing.
You felt something feels
I
wrong.
have.
And? Then what happened?
Lure an enemy to advantageous terrain and win. Second try, baby. Maybe it's the
She's
third
gone.
try.
And there's that mirror again. It is. Does that... It hasn't ended. We're
The world didn't end. We're still here.
I'm begging you, don't. It's different now. If that thing reeks of death...
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
This doesn't feel right. It feels... The thing reeks of death.
Screw the mirror. We just...
Time. It's me. Do I become the princess? Okay.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile. You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness. I am solitary lights in an empty I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Ain't we ever?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel. This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will. Do not mourn her. We
think I
will
gotta
provide
finish
her
the
with
job.
the growth she fought for.
Destroy my body.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. I know only that How can the world have ended if you are the only thing I have ever known? The space we're in is vacant. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. There's nowhere for you to be but here. Nothing as we are. But I know that there is no exit. But this vessel is a creature of perception. Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole.
That's interesting.
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. You ask of things that cannot be. How can I know? Everything. I have not lived. Then we will be here forever. If you need time, you are as I am now, and I am not you. But I know that I would return. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always
Whoa.
come back to
Some
the
fucking
box,
heavy
because
existentialism
you'll
going
always
on
want
here.
to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side.
Rip. I guess she won't be at my side as it crashes. Well, let's see if I can boot that back up real quick.
You have returned
Oh.
to me, though you were gone mere moments.
Okay.
I never left your side.
Attempt to outwit your destiny. Except now it is not showing on the recording. Let's see if I can get it back. There it is. Okay, make me forget.
She asks.
That's crazy. I waited forever and it shut down the program. That's
won't.
kind of cool. Okay. Bring the eye of the needle to her.
You're on a path in the woods,
You'll know it when you
and
see
at
it.
the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay. You make your way up. A warning. She will lie. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. He doesn't know what...
I need different perspectives, and I've
The
done
interior of the cabin is
brave or the
almost
stubborn and the
entirely bare.
hunted.
The blade is... The door to the
I'll need
basement
one for
creaks
peace, I
open.
think.
Her voice
Hello?
is hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come down.
You walk down the... She's beautiful.
Now I think I'm gonna die here because I'm not
I
gonna
am
stab her,
begging you to stay focused. There's a...
but it'll
Hi.
give me a new
Do you
perspective.
think you can get me out of...
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a... No. You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess. They're large and heavy. Far too solid for you to...
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere up. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to...
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with... If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top... Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of here.
Your shouts and pleas. I'll repeat myself once again.
Right.
You try the door. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic rising in...
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her
Mhm.
mouth, her teeth tearing
Red
through
flag.
her limb with a determination as she rips her flesh from her bone. A sound. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how, or we could use it. You won't like what. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground. And she didn't so much as utter a sound through the... No, she did. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours. How is she still smiling after everything?
Thank you.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No.
So agency was never mine.
Can't just
Never
let her escape
had the
into
choice.
The world. As the
This is all a
princess
farce.
approaches the bottom stair, your body... Wait, this isn't fair. Watch me.
What are you...
Oh.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to... But the princess dodges, stumbling back again. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alone.
Don't tell me what to do.
The blade! Move. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess...
We both know this.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid...
I'm sorry. I'll try to...
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through...
Oh no!
Stay strong. We can talk for her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death, whatever.
Literally doomed
She
everyone.
sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your
I wonder if
legs
she'll get
give out
weaker
beneath
though
you.
as she kills
You
me, you
collapse
think?
to the floor, your blood pooling around you. It can't
seems
just
to get
end
stronger
like
each time.
this. Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
It's a good spot to end it.